So many of you forget that it used to be Conan the Buccaneer. When did you discover that Conan was something beyond that Schwarzenegger movie? I grew up watching the Schwarzenegger flick. Cheers, good morning, everyone. We're really early today, too, by the way. But it was this book that really opened my eyes that Conan as a character existed beyond the movie and was like a fully fledged fictional universe, a detailed one. And it was like the artwork of Frank von. Yeah, and it was the artwork of Frank von Zeddy that just opened my eyes. And I would say years after this, I started reading the short stories. This is the book series that introduced me to really even like the idea of what high adventure is. These are fantastic books. These were the pedigree at one time of Frank von Zeddy books. You had to have Icon. You had to have Legacy. I'm grateful to have both of them. Other books have come out since then, and like recently, right? Like Conan, like this. We profiled this before on this book. This is my only issue of the current Savage Sword of Conan. Heroic Publishing, Titan Comics. And we're kind of like back. So I feel like the character on the illustrative sense has come truly full circle, where the older artwork and the newer artwork, and I guess like the digital stuff and the old ways, it comes together in this publication. It comes together like that. But there's a insanely high level of appreciation for this, and there's pieces of it that work, like the brushwork and paper brush like this doesn't quite work well on the digital level. And then we saw like this resurgence of Conan with the Dark Horse series with Nord and Busiak killing it on that run. So, like, Dark Horse did a lot of work in resurrecting the goodwill of the character. And why is that? Well, it's because Marvel, and I guess, like, this is secret comic book history here. Like, Marvel destroyed the Conan character, the credibility with the fans. And they did it trying to keep up with Image Comics. Robert E. Howard's Conan the Barbarian, Marvel Comic Group, Red Nails, a classic Conan tale by Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor Smith, right? Like, this is the good stuff here. This, many of you, including myself, would call this comic book gold. And this is also a story where Barry Windsor Smith is drifting away from his Buscema impression. He's coagulating slowly into something of his own. Now, also on this channel, we profiled the Conan the Barbarian Rune crossover that Barry Windsor Smith drew, inked, wrote, and colored. So, but this is how you would experience Conan. And you go into a comic shop, and Conan #1 was a perennial wall book. It was always $200 to $300, like no matter what. But reading Conan was a part of, look, in memory of Robert E. Howard. But reading this character was a part of, like, the Marvel Publishing Group. It was important to know about this character. And we're talking, like, mostly, like, late 70s going through the 80s. This book pretty much was unstoppable, but it didn't survive the 90s. So in the 90s, they revamped it. He's back with vengeance. Marvel still has the rights. First collector's item issue. And we see this effort here. I mean, we got Calito Castellini here drawing it. And he's drawing it in tune to the legacy of the character. This is where art direction comes in, where as an art director, you're able to pinpoint just like what the mood of something should be. A lot of people mistaken that for creative direction. Ugh. But sometimes like there's like a symmetry, and there's natural art direction, meaning the editor selects the right artist at the right time. So this comes and goes. High Adventure comes and goes, and effectively fails, stumbles, bleeds out. So Marvel, right? Well, they gotta crank it up. Before I show you how they crank it up, this is a little convenient. Avengers is relaunched at number 9. Ghost Rider is dying at issue 87. They bring back Journey into Mystery because Thor got stuck in Heroes Reborn. So Journey into Mystery comes back. Pretty cool. Halfway decent run there. Marvel Adventures. They're trying to bring the kids back. That's at issue 5. The Amazing Spider-Man 425. Soon, they're soon turn that title upside down. Untold Tales of Spider-Man, which really was also written by Kurt Busiek, too, by the way. The best Spider-Man book on the market. Daydreamers trying to launch something new. Alpha Flight trying to bring back something old. Generation X 29 teetering off. X Factor 136 teetering off. Dinosaur and look, Star Trek Deep Space Nine number 10, that was short lived. So Marvel just here, like there's not a lot of conversation. Kurt Busiek really is the guy. He's writing Avengers, he's writing Spider-Man. Everything Busiek touches becomes the best Marvel is doing at the time. But there's not a lot to discuss. So let's get into how Marvel solved or tried to solve this problem. And because of that, they destroyed the credibility of the character. We jump to issue 9. And you might be looking, like, whatever you're doing, look at your screen right now. If you're on your phone, look a little bit closer. I mean, we can say, from an art direction sense, this doesn't even look like Conan. This looks like something else. But you might buy this still, right? Like, you might buy this and say, oh, well, this is not him. Like, something happens to him, or this is a sorceress created a duplicate, right? There's all of these fun scenarios. You read enough Conan, you can fill in some of the blanks. I'll give credit to the cover layout, though. I like the small logo. They positioned everything around the artwork. The corner box is on the right, should be on the left. The logo should be on the right. It's on the left. But they let the artwork breathe. And then here we go. Dan Abnett, who is an incredible writer. I never talk bad on him. Tom Palmer on inks, and Joe Bennett. Joe Bennett is on pencils. And hopefully you guys are looking at your screen. Because we lost cabin pressure here. We're trying desperate to make Conan an Image character. And I think Marvel was in a little bit of a tight spot here. Like, what do you do? This is a character that sold beyond well. In a way, was like your best book for 10 plus years, for a decade, when it comes to publishing. You cancel it, you reboot it, it doesn't get traction, and then you see what else is selling on the marketplace. Then you say, look, let's try and do that. The weird thing is, though, around this time, a lot of Marvel's books looked this way. And maybe internally, I do. There's a side of me that leans in on this. That internally, Marvel knew what they were doing, and they maybe thought they could dilute the marketplace and really take a lot of the steam away from Image. In a way that was effective because Marvel's got more capital, more resources than Image ever had. Image had success and had to build on success, but they needed long term success, which a lot of those titles didn't get, or those studios. But I think Marvel was really trying to dilute the market. We have here like Finn, and you. I mean, we could go through the story, but there's not enough here to go on to the next issue. It's more of the observation that they did their best to copy Image. I mean, look at like the faces alone, to where like everyone kind of has the same proportions. Like halfway decent girl there, but it's just it looks formulaic. It looks flaccid. Looks incomplete. All the little buzzy like review words or criticism words that you don't want to attach to one of your books. And you would say like, oh, like this might be like a nice entertaining book if it wasn't Conan. But you know, you're drawing this character and it comes, you know, like you're drawing a legacy too, which we just established. A little bit of a quick one today, guys, but it is, in my view, secret comic book history. And here we go, my AKA Padders. We're fighting a war against the evil algorithm. See, I paused it there so you guys can see how I did a little play on words, but we got some graphics here to support that joke. Guys, I'm cutting into the video just to remind you that your attention to me grows this channel and it defeats the evil algorithm that's out to suppress and destroy this channel. And that's because we're on a righteous path. We're on the path of an army. And what is that path? Truth, justice, and the comic book way. Well, anyway, guys, hit that bell. Give me a comment. I read all the comments. I do my very best to respond and keep up with them. Give me a subscription. There's so many of you out there. I know you guys watch the videos and you don't subscribe. You have to subscribe. You have to keep the train going. And look. Here's the other great thing. Repost this video and show it to a friend. Yeah, I know you have a friend out there that pretends that they like comics, but you can give them my channel and it will change their minds. They will become obsessed with comic books once they delve into my channel. That's growth. That's what she said. Guys, back to the video.